If you have ever experienced any of these 8 signs, it may reveal that you carry an extremely rare personality. Not everyone is created to move in step with the rhythm of the world. Some people are born to walk quietly, to observe with depth, and to carry within themselves a different frequency of energy. Perhaps you did not fully realize it throughout your life, but deep down, you have always known you are not like most people. And remember, this is not arrogance. It is awareness. In a world where nearly everyone rushes to be louder, faster, and more visible, your calm presence can be easily misunderstood. Many may mistake your stillness for weakness, your quietness for indifference. Yet the Stoics teach us that stillness is not weakness at all. Stillness is mastery. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." And it is often these rare souls, those who live with integrity, peace, and purpose, who feel the weight of the world pressing down the most. Have you ever felt completely alone? Even in a room full of people, have you ever been misunderstood because of your calm nature, or labeled as distant simply because you chose to protect your inner peace? If so, you may be among those rare individuals whose very nature reflects Stoic principles. Not because you are trying to perform them, but because they flow naturally from within you. So let us begin this journey together. Let us uncover the 8 signs that reveal you carry this uncommon and powerful energy. Sign 1. You have always felt that you do not truly belong, and you gave up trying to force yourself into the crowd from a young age. You noticed the difference. Early on, while others found comfort in blending into groups, you often stood slightly apart, watching from the edges. Groupthink left you restless. Mindless trends only confused you. You never found joy in doing something just because everyone else was doing it. At some point, you stopped pushing yourself to fit in, and instead, decided to build a life that actually fits you. The Stoics believed that a wise man does not bend himself to the crowd, but stands firm, like a rock against the storm. Marcus Aurelius expressed this truth clearly. The object of life is not to be on the side of the majority, but to escape finding oneself in the ranks of the insane. When you choose self-respect over conformity, you begin to walk a rare path of true character. Sign 2. You crave depth in a world addicted to the surface. Small talk drains your energy. Shallow relationships feel empty. You are not fascinated by how someone looks when others are watching. You are drawn to who they are when no one is watching. While most people chase endless stimulation, you search for meaning. You long for conversations that stir the soul, for connections that hold substance, and for a life that is rooted in purpose. That is why silence has never frightened you. It welcomes you like an old friend. Where others grow restless in quiet moments, you find comfort. You would rather share one deep and meaningful conversation than waste hours on 100 shallow exchanges that leave you empty. Seneca once said, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you and is exactly how a rare personality moves through life." Every relationship, every interaction is filtered through this lens. Choosing substance over popularity, depth over distraction, truth over noise. Sign 3. You feel deeply, yet you have mastered emotional restraint. You have known grief, heartbreak, betrayal, disappointment, perhaps more than you would ever admit. But you rarely allow the world to see the full extent of your pain. Not because you are numb or detached, but because you have trained your emotions. In the same way, a warrior sharpens his sword. You do not react to every provocation. You do not lash out at every insult. Instead, you pause, reflect, and then respond if you choose to respond at all. Epictetus taught, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This is the essence of your strength. Emotional restraint is not about suppressing your feelings, it is about ruling over them. It is sovereignty of the self. And in an age ruled by emotional chaos and constant outbursts, that sovereignty makes you rare. Sign 4. You detach when necessary, not out of coldness, but out of clarity. When something disturbs your peace, you don't waste time with endless arguments, you simply step away. When someone crosses your boundaries, you don't explode or shout, to retreat, because you've learned that detachment is not about being heartless. It is about guiding your energy with wisdom. You refuse to stay in places where you are not respected. You no longer explain your worth to those who cannot see it. Instead, you walk away, quietly but firmly. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." You have realized this truth, and it shows in the way you move through life. You walk away in silence instead of war. You choose peace over noise, strength over struggle. Sign 5. You see through people with a painful accuracy. You notice subtle shifts in energy. You sense lies before a single word is spoken. You read body language, tone, timing, all without even trying. This isn't a skill you deliberately studied. It is an instinct you sharpened through suffering, because once you have been betrayed, manipulated, or disappointed enough times, you learn to listen beyond words. This intuitive clarity makes others uneasy, not because you expose them directly, but because they know deep down they cannot hide from you. The Stoics taught that we should never be surprised by human behavior, only prepared for it. You live by that wisdom every day, and it shows in the way you carry yourself. Sign 6. You are brutally honest with yourself. Even when the truth cuts deep, you refuse to lie to yourself. When you make mistakes, you admit them. When you feel weak, you face it directly. When something in your life is not working, you don't run from it or drown it out with distractions. You confront it head-on. This radical honesty becomes your greatest strength. Self-awareness is your superpower. You have written in your journal through seasons of confusion, cried silently through moments of transformation, and faced the ugliest parts of yourself without flinching. Epictetus once said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." You live by this wisdom. You don't simply dream about becoming a person of character. You build it piece by piece, in silence, day after day. Sign 7. You are unimpressed by status, fame, or noise. The world may chase attention, applause, and the spotlight, but you do not envy others, nor are you seduced by glitter and flash. What you value most is peace over popularity, wisdom over noise, depth over display. This makes you difficult to understand for many, because while others compete to be seen, you compete to be whole. You don't post to impress. You don't shout to be noticed. You move quietly, letting your actions speak louder than words, and your character stand as your true voice. Seneca once said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." And you have stopped craving what does not nourish your soul. Sign 8. You have turned pain into power without ever needing to prove it. You have suffered silently, endured losses, heartbreaks, and lonely nights, and yet you rise. You continue to serve, to show up, to carry yourself with quiet dignity, but you never wear your scars as badges to show the world. You let them speak through your presence. You did not allow heartbreak to make you bitter. You did not allow loneliness to make you desperate. You did not allow failure to define your worth. The Stoics had a word for this: amor fati, the love of fate, to embrace everything, even what was meant to break you, and transform it into strength. That is what you have done. And now, you carry a silent strength that doesn't need to shout, but is felt deeply by everyone who encounters you. If these 8 signs felt like reading your own soul, then understand this: you are rare. You are not broken. You are not too quiet, too distant, or too intense. You are exactly what this chaotic world is missing: grounded, real, self-controlled. The Stoics did not write their wisdom for the masses. They wrote for the few, the ones willing to sit in silence and face their own minds. You are one of those few, so keep moving forward quietly, confidently. Do not shrink just to be understood. Do not dim your light just to be accepted. As Marcus Aurelius once wrote, be tolerant with others and strict with yourself. The world does not need more noise. It needs more rare souls like you. Stay grounded, stay focused, stay stoic, and if this message resonates with you, support our journey. Subscribe to Stoic Drift, like this video, and share it with those who walk the same uncommon path. Together, we can spread wisdom, strength, and discipline to a world that desperately needs it.